When we first set out to learn a new skill, we rely heavily on that initial fire of motivation. But biological reality dictates that enthusiasm will drop. Once the beginner gains are made, and we learn what to expect, our interest starts to fade, and your motivation eventually dies. To prevent that, you need a physical protocol. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. We are going to write out your mastery pact. Relying on fair weather emotions leaves your progress vulnerable to your mood. By defining your exact parameters on paper, you replace fleeting desire with an unbreakable protocol designed for long-term skill acquisition. Step 1 requires locating the exact front lines of your current ability. This chart displays the Yerkes-Dodson law, which describes the optimal level of arousal for peak performance. Humans experience maximum motivation when facing a challenge of just manageable difficulty, right in the center of the curve. If you select a starting task that is far too easy, you win every point without trying. The challenge vanishes, and you instantly plunge into the valley of boredom. Conversely, if you attempt to conquer an advanced challenge on day 1, the difficulty becomes overwhelming. Failing repeatedly breaks your focus and drops you right off the cliff of failure. Look at your chosen pursuit. Write down the precise baseline metric you can confidently conquer today without failing. Honestly identifying this baseline allows you to engineer challenges that pull you forward, keeping you securely within that peak optimal zone. Step 2. Once that baseline habit is established, staying perfectly comfortable will stall your progress entirely. To enter a state of flow, the experience of being in the zone, you must work on the perimeter of your ability. Scientists attempting to quantify this threshold found that flow occurs most consistently when a task is pushed roughly 4% beyond what you can currently do. Steve Martin spent 10 years learning and 4 years refining his craft by applying this incremental push. He didn't overhaul his act overnight. Instead, he expanded his routines by just 1 or 2 minutes each year, balancing new material with guaranteed laughs. Calculate a 4% progression from your baseline. Write this new Vanguard target onto your pact. Retaining just enough guaranteed victories to satisfy you, while injecting just enough new mistakes to force adaptation, creates the formula for relentless momentum. Step 3 targets a common failure point, the novelty trap. Many practitioners derail progress and abandon working strategies because they have become ordinary and predictable. To defend against this, you must introduce variable rewards into your practice, an engineered system that ensures the outcome is never entirely guaranteed. The sweet spot of desire occurs at a 50-50 split between success and failure. Think of playing an evenly matched rival in a tennis tournament. You have a good chance of winning, but only if you really try. Compare that to facing an overpowering professional opponent. When you lose every point, the element of surprise is destroyed, and you quickly stop trying. Define a specific condition in your training that creates a 50-50 win-loss ratio. Write it down. By artificially engineering a scenario where you constantly experience wanting alongside winning, you mathematically prevent the routine from losing its psychological appeal. Step 4 addresses the hardest reality of all. Even with a perfectly engineered challenge and variable rewards, the repetitions will inevitably become routine. Amateurs only do the work when it feels exciting or novel. They allow life's urgencies to pull them off course when their interest fades. Professionals stick to the schedule. Despite feeling the same lack of motivation as everyone else, they find a way to put the reps in. While we often assume failure is what stops us, the evidence indicates that boredom is the more frequent killer of successful habits. At the bottom of your page, write your final oath. Swear to stick to the schedule, regardless of your mood. True mastery demands practice. Showing up when the process becomes painful, annoying, and draining is the definitive boundary separating amateurs from professionals. Your mastery pact is now complete. You have taken a vague wish and turned it into a concrete tactical battle plan. You possess a defined baseline skill, a 4% Vanguard push, a 50-50 tourney strategy, and a binding oath to execute. Take this document and post it directly in your training environment. It is your daily reminder of the specific parameters you swore to maintain. The only path to excellence is to be endlessly fascinated by doing the same thing over and over. Go put in the reps.